The Prime Minister doubled the cost of housing, and the national debt increased inflation more rapidly than over the past 40 years. Interest rates have increased at record rates. This doesn't only harm Canadians' wallets, but also harms Canadian unity. We've just seen the first budget for an independent Quebec. They justify their budget by saying that the Prime Minister is plunging this country in debt. Does the Prime Minister realize that he's not worth the cost, the financial cost and the divisive cost? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. I'd like to answer to my colleague very shortly, but I would like to express my deepest condolences following the death of 5 Canadians, including 3 children, in Sault Ste. Marie this morning.
Tragedy that occurred after intimate partner violence escalated into a shooting rampage at 2 homes. I want to extend my deepest condolences to the grieving families, friends and loved ones of the victims. Know that you are not alone.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. Mr. Speaker, we also offer our deepest condolences to all those who have been affected by this tragedy. The Parti Québécois mentioned that they want to reach independence for economic reasons. That is something the party would not have dared during Conservative years because taxes were low, debt was low, taxes were low, inflation was low, and growth was strong. And that is the reason for which this Prime Minister should bring back old politics. This has led to divisiveness in Quebec. Will he recognise that his policies are not worth the cost financially or with regards to the division of this country? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, the official parties are bringing us back to the old days of provincial squabbles, but we will concretely help Canadians with investments in housing, with help for childcare. We will invest in our seniors. We will invest in our workers. We continue to be here to help people so that they can go grocery shop. With better competitivity, we'll continue to anchor ourselves in delivering benefits and opportunities for Canadians while other parties are talking about mere squabbles. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Because of the excellent low inflation, low tax, low debt record of the Conservatives, the Separatists were a dead cause not so long ago, but his inflationary policies have brought them back. Prime Minister said it was just inflation when food prices went up, but then there was shrinkflation, smaller sized servings for higher prices, and now we have skimpflation, where food processors, in order to pay the carbon tax, actually strip out the nutritional value of the food. How much health and nutrition will Canadians have to lose before this Prime Minister reverses his plan to quadruple the carbon tax to 61 cents a litre?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the member opposite likes to play word games. I suggest he's conflating all the issues together to try and scare Canadians. The reality is, Mr. Speaker, while he's reaching for new boogeymen to try and make Canadians fearful and angry, we are delivering supports for Canadians with historic announcements on housing across the country, and municipalities are stepping up to respond to the needs of Canadians on moving forward and with greater competition to bring down or to stabilize grocery prices, to continue to be there for seniors, for young people. We know cuts the Conservative leader are proposing are not the answer. We're going to continue to be there for people.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
They're living with Liberal cuts every day. They have to cut how many meals they eat. They have to cut the portions that they eat. And now they're cutting the nutrition out of that food, because after 8 years, his carbon tax and his inflationary policies are clearly not worth the cost. or the corruption. Yesterday, the Prime Minister's toadies in the NDP and Liberal committee blocked the RCMP commissioner from testifying about the Prime Minister blocking a criminal investigation into his S&C scandal. Now, the ArriveCan app is under criminal investigation after wasting $50 million. Will the Prime Minister agree to personally cooperate with this criminal investigation into his Arrive Scam app?
Le très honorable Premier ministre.
Mr. Speaker, when the opposition is bringing up matters that were settled 4 years ago, we see at which point they are trying anything they can to try and distract from the fact that they have no plan, they have no approach. They are proposing just cuts, cuts, and more cuts for Canadians, while we step up with things like dental care for kids, support child care spaces across the country, invest in supports for families and better homes as we accelerate the rental home initiative. These are things that the Conservative Party campaigned against. They continue to propose cuts and fights while we deliver for Canadians.
L'honorable